dear student, welcome to Nagesh Karasge Orchid School channel. Myself Hina Patel, going to teach you 7th standard mathematics. Already we had seen last class that data handling with different types of graphs, mean, mode and median. Today we will start with a new chapter, that is 4th chapter, that is simple equation. Already we had learned some basic of simple equation in the previous standard. So today we will see that what are the things we have to learn in the simple equation. Here we are having some mind reading game. We will play one game. You have to play with your friends. I will give some example here and you have to find out what number it is. So here one example we are having here, as a teacher appreciates that the students are invited some presentation of the games. Suppose here she asks a Sarah, that is, suppose I am asking you to think of a number. So you have to think any number in your mind, multiply that number by 4. You have to think that number and you have to multiply it by 4, and whatever the product you are getting, that should be add 5 to that product. So she asks Sarah to tell the result. She says it is a 65. So if I am asking you, think some number in a mind, multiply that number by 4 and add the 5 to that number, then I will ask which number, what is the product or result you got, that is 65. Then the Amina instantly declared that the number Sarah had thought of is 15. So in this way you have to also find out what your friend has thought a number in a mind. So Sarah notes the whole class including the Sarah is surprised. Then how to do it? It will be helpful for us in how to create an equation and how to use a variable, and we have to find out the number what was thought in a mind. It is an Apu's turn now. He asks the Balu to think of a number. Here we are having another game. Again you can play with your parents, you can ask to your friends. Multiply it by a 10. Multiply it by a 10. Think any a number, multiply it by 10 and subtract 20 from the product. You have to subtract 20 from the product. So what we will get? He then asks the Balu what his result is. Then Balu says it's a 50. Then Apu immediately tells the number thought by Balu in his mind was 7. So Balu confirms it. Yes, it was right. What the number he thought in a mind was an 7. So everybody want to know how to mind reader the presented by an Apu, Sarita and Amina works. Here nothing but we are going for an simple equation, so it will help you how to find out the number what you have thought in a mind. So here I will show you the numbers, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, any infinite number. In the first case what we had done, we had multiplied it by 4. I don't know what you had thought in a mind. I am writing as an x. So you had taken the number in a mind was any a number, that is x. You have to multiply that number by 4 and to add whatever the product you are getting, that product should be added as with a 5. So value what you are getting was a 4x plus 5, depends on the values of x. What the number you had thought, it depends on the value of x. Means I don't know what is x, what you had thought in a mind. So it may be x equal to 1. So what I will do? 4 1s are 4. So I have to multiply 4x is nothing but 4 multiplied by x. So 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. So this means that if the Sarah had 1 in the mind, her result was have been a 9. Her result was 9, because how we had to find out? First we have to find out the equation, and then we have to find out what will be the value of x when she has given as a result as a 9. So what you do? You will 9 minus 5, you will find out as a 4 you will get. So you will multiply by 1. So 4 1 ja. So that number was thought in a mind was a 1. Similarly, if she thought of a 5 in a mind, then the x will be how much? 5. Yes, x will be 5. So you know what is an expression here? Is 4x plus 5. Yes, because we are considering x as what you think in your mind. So 4 multiplied by x will be, suppose 5. So 4 5s are 20 plus 5. Here you are getting as 4 multiplied by 5 plus 5 is 20 plus 5 is 25. So here if Sarah had chosen a 5 in a mind, or 5 number she thought in a mind, the result would have been 25. So if you know the result, if you know the expression, that is 4 times a number, that is 4x, x may be change what you are thinking in your mind, and you know it should be added, 5 should be added to the product and you will get the result. In this way we had seen the example that we can see with a different number you can find out, you can ask to your parents, your friends and think some number and you can find out. In second situation, what was the second game? Here that product, whatever the number you are thinking in a mind, should be multiplied by 10. That is 10 multiplied by, I had considered here y. Y is nothing but what you think in a mind. So here Balu to multiply it the number by 10 and subtract it by 20 from the product. Then what is the expression is 10y minus 20. What is the number you have thought? You have to multiply its number by how much? 10. What is the value y? Why we had written y? Because it is a variable, it will change the number, it will change the value when you multiply it with 10. So 10y minus 20. If you are considering the number in a mind, that is nothing but the value of y. So if you consider in the mind, if you are 5, so what will be the multiplication? 10y means 10 multiplied by 5, 50, and 50 minus 20 will be 30. So here we will have one example. Here 10 minus 5 minus 20 is already product is subtraction we had got, that is 50. So which number will be here? You have to find out. So here will be something 7. So here we will write, if it is writing 7 in a mind, he might thought the 7 tens are 70, 70 minus 20 is 50. So when you are getting the equation, total equation, then you have to find out the value of y, that is nothing but a variable. The variable changes, value of variable changes, as an equation will also, value of equation will also change. In this way we have to find out some examples related to this. We are having some exercise questions with us and we will see here. So what are the what we know about the word variable? Already last class we had studied, again we will just have a recall of this. The word variable means something that can vary itself. The word itself says some meaning of that change. A variable takes on the different numerical values. So numerical values means 1, 2, 3, whatever the numbers you are thinking or you want to find out, that is nothing but variable. Its value is not fixed, means it vary, means it will change. It's not fixed always. if I consider as x as a variable, will be always the value of x will remain the same? No. If it may be sometime 5, it may be sometime 50 also. So, variable are denoted usually by the letters of the alphabet such as X, Y, Z, L, M, N, P, etc. These are the variables which is usually denoted by the variables which is used here in the expression to find the values. From the variables we forms a expression, and the expressions are formed by performing operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division on the variables. So, when you have any variables, what type of operations we do? As addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. From x we formed the expression, that is 4x plus 5, and this first we multiply it x by 4 and then add 5 to the product. Means what we will do, if the value of x we know, first we will multiply whatever the result, whatever the product we are getting should be added with 5, or 5 should be added to that product. Similarly, from y we form the expression, that is 10y minus 20. So, what we have done here, if we know the value of y, here also same expression, the value of y we have to multiply and get the product, and that product should be subtracted, 20 should be subtracted from that product. So, this was the expression with some examples, some like fun, like a game we had tried to understand. For this we multiplied y by 10, already I had told 10y is nothing but 10 multiplied by y, and then subtract 20 from the product. All these are examples of expression. These are nothing but expression we have to learn in this chapter, expression, equation. So, slowly one by one we will see what are the expressions and how we will solve the exercise regarding this. The value of an expression thus formed depends upon the chosen value of a variable. If you know the value of variable, it depends what will be the expression. It will depend on the value of a variable. As we have already seen, when x is equal to 1, what will be the, already we had seen, here will be 4 multiplied by 1 plus 5, means what is the product? 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 plus 5 is 9. When x is equal to 5, then what will be the here? 4 multiplied by 5, that is 20 plus 5, so it will be 25. So, it depends, the value of expression depends on the variable. The variable will change, yes, itself the gives a variable will change, expression, value of expression will also change. Here if the value of x is equal to 0, what is our expression is 4x plus 5. If the value of x is equal to 0, so any number multiplied by 0 will give 0, so 0 plus 5, so it will be 5 and so on. So, the value of, if you know the value of x, you can find out the value of an expressions. Now, equations we will conditions of the variable x. It states that the values of expressions, that is 4x plus 5 is a 65. Value of 4x plus 5 is 65, already we had seen in that first game. So, you know what is equal to, total expression is equal to 65. The condition is satisfied when x is equal to 15. When you can find out when the x is equal to 15, then only this condition will be satisfied, that expression will be equal to 65. It is a solution to be a x equations, that is 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. When x is equal to 5, 4x plus 5 is equal to 25 and not 65. Thus, x is equal to 5 is not a solution to the equation. Similarly, x is equal to 0 is not a solution to the equation. No other values of x other than that of a 15 can satisfy the condition, that is 4x plus 5 is equal to 65. So, if you find out the value as considering the value as a 15, then only this expression is satisfied with a 65. In this way, we have to consider the value to satisfy the given expression. In this way, we will try to solve some examples related to this, and you will understand what are the things what we have to learn. What is an equation is, or what equation is? An equation, there is always an equality sign. Means what? It is an equal sign. The equality sign shows that the value of the expression to the left of the sign, the left hand, or it is known as LHS. Many a time I say LHS is equal to RHS. It's not every time LHS is equal to RHS. First we have to find out the values of left hand side and find out the values of a right hand side, then only we can say it's satisfied or not. So, in this way we have to find out the values of a left hand side is equal to the values of an expression to the right of a sign, the right hand side of, that is RHS in the equation. So, the LHS is 4x plus 5 and the RHS is 65. RHS means which is to your right hand side, that is 65 was to the right hand side, when 4x plus 5 is in the left hand side, and RHS, that is 65 in the right hand side. In equation, the LHS, that is in another equation was 10y minus 20 is in LHS, and that is right hand side was equal to 50. So, we have to find out the values of a variable to satisfy the equation. So, in this way we have to find the values of a variable and you can satisfy the equation. One more example we will see here. In equation we can often find the RHS is just a number. In an equation it is 65 is an equation and it is a 50 here. 4x plus 5 is equal to 6x minus 25. Here we need not to always show that the RHS and equation may be a expression containing the variable. For example, equation here is equation means there should be an equal sign or equality sign. So, here we can say that 4x plus 5 is equal to 6x minus 25. Here we are having the both the variables same. So, equal or not we have to find out it by an RHS and LHS. In short, we can say the equation is a condition on a variable. Yes, already I had told, is a condition on the variable. What will be the variable? What will be the value of a variable? The condition is that the two expressions should have a equal value. When both the expression means 4x plus 5 and another expression is 6x minus 25. If they have equal value, then only we can say that the equation is equal. Note that at least one of the two expressions must contain the variable. How we can say that this given is an equation? With two expressions, there should be at least one variable. There should be at least one variable, then only we can find out that the two expressions must contain a variable, then only we can say that it is an equation. And already I told it's depend on the values of an variable. So we have to find out here we will see some examples here which is given, then you can see, then we will go for some examples related to exercise. Write the following statements in the form of an equation. The sum of 3 times x, the word, I am not reading whole statement, I just stopped where I got some clue. The sum of 3 times, sum means addition, 3 times x, 3 times x means 3x, 3x plus and 11, 3x plus 11 is equal to 32. So how we can say? The sum means you have to put addition sign, 3 times x means 3x and 11. So in the left hand side, if you are writing as 3x plus 11 to the right hand side is 32, means is the equal to 32. So 3 times x is 3x, sum of the 3x and the 11 is 3x plus 11. The sum is 32. So the equation is 3x plus 11 is equal to 32. So let us see the another one. If you subtract 5 from 6, 6 times a number, 6 times a number means what? Yes, 6 times a number, you can go for any variable. If you subtract 5 from 6 times a number, suppose I consider number as a z, you can consider the number as an m, whatever you want, because already we had seen which type of a variables are used in to express the expression. So here 5 from the 6 times a number, so we can say it is 6z from means it is minus 5. So we can say that 6z minus 5 you get as 7. So the is equal to 7. So in short we can say that equation what we will get is 6z minus 5 is equal to 7. If you are considering in the place of a z as a x, you can write it is 6x minus 5 is equal to 7. So when the statement is given, you have to find out an expression. 1/4 of m means what? 1/4 you know, 1 upon 4 of m means multiply by m. You can write 1/4 multiply by m, or you can say it's m upon 4 is 3 more than 7. It is not given as equal, it is given as greater. So we have to put a greater sign, 3 times more than that of a 7. So we can say that it how to write here, I will show because it is in the multiplication form. So 3 times m upon 4, I told m is 1/4 time of m, we can write m upon 4 is greater than 7 by a 3 times. So m upon 4 is 7 is equal to 3. So we have to write a greater than sign, and the equation is m upon 4 greater than multiply by 7 is equal to 3. In this way, another example, by taking a number to be as n on the third of n is n upon 3, 1/3 part of n. So it is n upon 3. The number plus we have to do means it will be something plus 5. So we can go n upon 3 plus 5 is 8. It is 8 means it is equal to 8. This what was the statement was given, just we had find out the expression here. Now we will see some examples related to this where expression is given and you have to write the statement. So we will see one by one what are the examples and statement given to us. Here, convert the following equations in a statement form. Here equations means there should be an equal sign If it is x minus 5 is nothing but it is an expression which is in the left hand side, or we can say it is in LHS, and 9 is in RHS, that is right hand side. We have to write a statement for this expression. So, what we can say? Taking away means just subtraction. You are very familiar from the childhood, from the 3rd, 4th standard, we are using this taking away 5 from the x. We do not know the value of x. So, we have to take away something from the x, that is how much we are going to take? 5. Taking away 5 from the x is equal to 9. So, taking away 5 from given gives a 9, sorry, taking away 5 from x gives a 9. Here what will we can say? 5 times the p, yes or no? The number p. 5 times the number p is 20, equal to 20 means we can say it is a 20. So, 5 times p number is 20 or it is 20. Here we are having 3n plus 7 is equal to 1. So, what will be the add 7 to 3 times a number n, 3 times a number n to get a 1, to get a 1. So, in this way when the equation is given, you have to write the statement. And last one, m upon 5 minus 2, we how to write the expression statement? You get the 6 is equal to 6, it is, and equal to 6. So, you get the 6 when you subtract a 2 from what? You subtract 2 from 1/5 of a number m, 1/5 of number m. When you subtract 1/5 of number m from 2, we get a 6. You get a 6 when you subtract 2 from 1/5 of a number m. This is what the statement we get for m upon 5 minus 2 is equal to 6. So, these are the some equations which are given and we have to write in a statement form. So, there are some consideration situation, one more example we will see, then we will go for some example exercise sums. Some conditions are given to us. Consider the following situations. These are the very easiest word problem which we get in a competitive examination when we will go for higher grades. So, you should know what are the how to construct a statement when equation is given, and when equation is given how to write the statement. Here Raju's father age is 5 years more than the 3 times Raju's age. Raju's father age is 5 years more than 3 times Raju's age. Do you know Raju's age? Don't know. Father's age? Don't know. The Raju's father is 44 years. Now we know what is the age of a father is 44 years. Set up the equation to find Raju's age. We do not know what will be the Raju's age. Let we consider it as n y years. 3 times Raju's age already it is given, so it will be 3y plus 5 is equal to 44. In this way we can find the age of a Raju when we are getting a statement and we have to find out the equation, and we will find out the what will be the Raju's age by finding out the value of a variable, that is y, that will be nothing but the age of Raju. Similar sums we will see in the next class, so you will understand how to write a statement when equation is given, and when statement is given how to form an equation. So, my dear students, just go through it, read it, so it will be easy to understand. Thank you very much.